When one season ends and a new season begins, does your makeup stash also change? Your everyday makeup stash. Do you roll in different products for that season? I do. I love when one season ends and a new season is beginning. I love refreshing my everyday makeup drawer, my everyday makeup basket, whatever you want to call it, my stash. I love refreshing that. Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. This is my monthly collab with Leanna Dalton, and this month we are also joined by Ash from Makeup and Chaos, our friend. So the three of us are going to show you our favorite makeup products that we are bringing in for spring. When spring rolls around, I do like lighter shades. I do like bolder shades, but I do also love my neutrals. But to me, everything is light. Everything is lightened up for spring. So I'm going to start with the blushes that I'm bringing in. I have some warm options and some cool options. When I'm bringing in my blushes, I like to think about what eye looks I am bringing in. I always pull my palettes first. I try to think of the color stories that I'm going to be using for spring. So I know that I'm going to have a mixture of warm and cool and maybe even some neutral. I'm going to start with a cream blush because I do layer my blushes. I will do a cream blush and then a powder blush on top of it. I feel like it makes it stay. Also, I'm a little extra when it comes to doing my makeup. So I'm going to bring in the Wet n Wild Mega Glow blush stick, and this is in the shade Peach Bums. And it's such a pretty glowy, peachy blush. So I love the glow that this gives. And on top of that, I will be wearing the Benefit Shelly, and it is also a very pretty peachy shade. Here in Ohio, we had some beautiful weather last week, so I was inspired to do some light spring look, and I brought this out, and it's such a pretty blush. So let's do a little swatchy next to the Peach Bums. They complement each other very, very well. And then for those cool pink or purple looks that I'm going to be doing, because I do tend to do more pinks and purples in the spring, I'm going to bring in my ColourPop. This is in the shade Lil Vibe, and this is a Super Shock Cheek. Now this is a matte Super Shock Cheek, and it's very, very pretty. It is that lilac-y shade that everybody came out with last year. And that is what that looks like. It's so pretty. And for cool pinks and cool purples, I think it will be perfect. And to pair with that, I'm going to bring in the NYX Buttermelt Blush. And this is in the shade My Butta Half. And it is the same type of shade. It is that lilac-y, pinky purple shade. And oh my gosh, these are so pigmented. And I'm going to put that right next to it so that you can see. This is the Super Shock, and this is the NYX. And those are going to complement each other very, very well. I have not yet used this. I just bought it not too long ago. I have used the Lil Vibe one time. And then for something that's a little bit more neutral, can kind of lean either way. It is still a pink. This is the Versed Shade Swipe Blush Stick in the shade Bloom. And I really do love this blush stick. But it is so pretty, and it's more of a neutral pink. And then for over top of that, I have this Laura Geller Baked Blush. This is the Blush and Brighten, and it is in the shade Berry. And while you would think a berry was a little bit more cool toned or red toned, this one happens to be very neutral. And that is what that looks like right there. So those two together, I think, pair very well. And I think that those 6 items will cover any look that I plan to do this spring. Next, I'm going to move on to highlighter, and this one cream highlighter is the only cream highlighter that I have in here because I use this underneath my foundation. This is the ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Flexitarian, and I really love this, but I put this underneath my foundation. Let's go ahead and swatch it because it's beautiful. So that is what that looks like, but I don't wear it on top of my foundation. I wear it underneath. So it does get diffused quite a bit by my foundation. But I do have 3 that I am bringing in. The first one is by Soul Body ColourPop, and this is the shade Soft Pink. This is probably my favorite Soul Body shimmering body powder is what they're called. They're highlighters, you guys. This is probably my favorite, other than the fact that this packaging is impossible to open. Okay, here we go. This is the shade Soft Pink, and this is the one shimmering body powder that I have used so much. It is a very pretty icy pink, and you can use this for any pink shade. Warm pink, cool pinks, and it is perfect. Now I also have two from Wet n Wild. This one is the Peachy Pink Wet n Wild Marilyn Monroe collection. And so anytime I do a warmer peach look or a warmer spring look, I will be using this highlighter. And I will swatch this underneath the pink. And it's such a pretty highlighter. I love these Wet n Wild highlighters. And then the other one is called Cool Champagne. I would still probably wear this with a warm look, but this is more of a subtle highlight, and it is a champagne shade. It's very, very pretty. So I think I have all of my bases covered with highlighter. Next, we're going to move on to lips. And I like to pair either a matte lip or just a cream lipstick with a sparkly gloss or lip oil or something like that, kind of like what I'm wearing today. So the first little duo that I have, they're both from Wayne Goss, and I got these from two different people and just as a gift, and they match together very, very well. And this is in the shade Magnolia, and this is just a cream bullet lipstick. And that is what that looks like. That would be beautiful with warm looks, oranges, peaches, yellows, anything like that. That would be very, very pretty. And then I'm going to pair that with a gloss, and this is in the shade Hyacinth. And it is so, these work together so well. I'm going to put the gloss on top of the lipstick. And it's so pretty because this doesn't really give a lot of color, but it gives some color. It's just a very sheer wash of peach that will complement that lipstick very, very well. And then for something that's very neutral or even leaning warm, this is MAC, and this is a Luster Glass lipstick in the shade Hug Me. I have been using this quite a bit, and this is really, you can use this any season. And that is what this looks like. And you can see it's very glossy because it is a Luster Glass. So it's, I wouldn't call it sheer, but it is definitely not a full coverage lipstick. I have a liquid lipstick here. This is a pink, and this is not helpful at all, but it doesn't have a shade name. But it is an Ulta Beauty matte cream liquid lipstick. I got it in a gift with purchase, but I love this lipstick. And this is what the shade looks like. And I can wear this with cool looks, and I can wear it with a little bit warmer pink look just by putting different toppers on it. So then I have three lipsticks here. After I filmed my lipstick collection in Declutter, I realized I have no shimmery lipsticks. I only have matte lipsticks or cream lipsticks. I have shimmery glosses. I don't always want to wear a gloss or ever wear a gloss. So I did get on Amazon and I picked up some Maybelline. These are the Color Sensation lipsticks. This one is in the shade 144. And this is so pretty. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. And that is what that looks like. And this, of course, would be for your warmer looks. And then I have this one. It's called Born With It, number 015. And I am wearing this today. It's so pretty. I love this lipstick, and it has just enough shine to it. So very pretty. There is a creator on Instagram. Her name is Valerie, and I will have her in the description box below. She wears all kinds of Maybelline lipsticks. Like, how did I ever forget about those? I used to wear these lipsticks all the time. Before my channel, I had probably 10 Maybelline lipsticks. And why don't I use those anymore? Because you're constantly trying new things and you completely forget about the OG favorites. So I went on Ulta. Ulta does not have these on their site, which I was a little miffed about. But I went on Amazon and found them. There's actually another one, but it's a little bit more warm and darker brown. So I didn't feel like it would be that appropriate for spring. But I have one more bullet, and this is a Rimmel. I found this on Amazon when I was looking at the other one. I just searched shimmery lipstick or frosty lipstick. I'm so excited that frosty lipstick is back. I'm just so excited. This is the Rimmel in the shade Iced Rose, and it is beautiful. Such a pretty pink, icy pink shade. Look at that. Look at the frostiness on that. Love it. I love it. So those are all the lipsticks that I am bringing in for spring. Now we just have eyeshadow palettes left. And I have 6 eyeshadow palettes here that I am bringing in for spring. And the first one is from Morphe. And this is the 9V Vintage Rose. This is one of my favorite palettes overall. And this is what it looks like. And I love this palette. So romantic. So beautiful. I love this. Seeing this color story is reminding me of something. Stand by. I saw this and I can see another palette in this. So the Natasha Denona Mini Rose is right here. It is a beautiful, romantic, light, airy, soft color story. Look at that. Look at that. So if you were wanting the Mini Rose, but didn't want to spend $27 on 5 pans, then consider the 9V. I'll put the price down here because I just thought of this. I saw this and thought of this. Matter of fact, this is what's on my eyes today. It is beautiful. I love this palette. And if between the two, I would pick this palette. Not necessarily because of the formula. Natasha Denona formula is beautiful. But cost-wise, this formula is also amazing. And you get 9 pans as opposed to 5 pans. So if you were wanting this palette, I will have this palette linked in the description box below. I'll have them both linked in the description box below. How about that? So that's fun that I just realized that. But anyway, yes, I love the soft romantic pinks in the spring. And speaking of romantic palettes, I have the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism. And this is one of my favorite palettes. And this is an all year round palette. I'm a neutral girl. You know I'm a neutral girl, so I'm going to choose neutral palettes. But this has so many different types of neutrals. You have some very cool pink neutrals and some peachy neutrals. And these shimmers are so beautiful that I just really love this palette. There, that's one of the shimmers, and that one is this right here. I love this palette. So yes, I have been looking forward to this. Plus, look at the artwork on here. Does that not make you think spring anyway? Yeah. So I have been looking forward to bringing that in. Another palette that I've been looking forward to bringing in, I actually used this last week, is the Huda New Nude. I have been using the Rose Quartz all winter long because of those cool shades. This has cool shades in it, but it also has some warm shades in it. I think that these shades are a little bit more lighter, a little bit more airier than the Rose Quartz, or even like the Naughty Nudes to me is very dark. This is very light and airy. I wish it didn't have these 2 glitters, but everything else is beautiful. And so I am bringing that in. And then for a little bit of color, I have the Natasha Denona Retro Glam. I did reorganize this palette because I didn't like the way it was set up. And I watched Ash, my fellow collab partner here, I watched Ash rearrange theirs, and I thought that that was brilliant. I don't know why I hadn't thought of doing that before, but the way it's organized here, I can actually see myself making looks with it. So these beautiful light greens and these pretty like warm pinks, yes, I am very excited to get some use out of this. Now to bring in even a little bit more color, I have the Juvia's Place Magic Mini. This has such a beautiful color story, and unfortunately, this palette is so neglected. I have used it. I do use it. I just need to use it more often. I think the thing that makes me not use it as much are the lack of mattes. There are a lot of beautiful shimmers in here, and these pinks, these purples, these blues, and sometimes I don't want to bring in another palette to use this as a companion. So I know that that's the reason why it's more neglected, but I think these are beautiful spring shades, and this pink and purple right here are two of my favorite shades to wear, these right here. And I think that they're perfect for spring. So while this does have a couple of neutrals in it, it also has some really beautiful shades. And then the last palette that I'm bringing in is a lot of color. And this is the Glam Light Ice Cream palette. And oh, it's so pretty. And still has the color saver on it. And do you know what that means? That means I've never used it. It has some neutrals, but it also has these beautiful pastels and all of these shimmers. And I decided that this spring was the spring that I was going to bust this out. So I will be using this. Dang it, I'm going to use it. I've had it for quite a while now. I bought it on sale and I have not used it yet. It doesn't make any sense. It's beautiful. So those are all of the items that I am bringing in for spring. I am very much looking forward to the temperatures rising, the flowers blooming, and to bring in new makeup, some lighter makeup, some brighter makeup. I don't know about you, but when the sun is shining and it is a beautiful day, I want to wear color. You guys don't forget to go check out Ash and Leanna's videos, see what products they're bringing in for spring. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the products that I brought in. Let me know if any of these are your favorites. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until next time, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.